Biggie baby. No matter frequency.
Hey Mzansi, welcome to Mzansi Scenes. So in South Africa, the greatest threat to a woman's life often hides in plain sight. It can be the post office, the university campus, or in this case, a shopping mall. This is the story of Olorato Mongale, a master's student who agreed to a simple lunch date in Johannesburg. She was educated, connected, and cautious. But the man she was meeting was not who she thought he was. He was a predator, part of a sophisticated syndicate hunting women for profit. In the investigation that followed, police uncovered not just a single crime, but an organized network linked to 27 stolen IDs and over 20 cases of abduction and robbery. The trail leads from a first meeting in Bloemfontein to a horrible scene in Lombardy West, and finally to a shootout with police in Durban. Let's break down the incredible police work, the chilling connection to identity theft, and the nationwide manhunt for the accomplice who is still at large. Chapter 1. The initial contact. Our story begins where so many modern relationships do, a seemingly innocent encounter. In the months before passing, Olorato, a promising master's student, found herself in the orbit of a man who called himself John, later identified as the prime suspect, Philangenkosi Sibongokuhle Makhanya. Their meeting point was a casual spot, perhaps a shopping center in Bloemfontein, or maybe a dating app. The exact details are murky, which is precisely how predators operate. Makhanya was charming, persuasive, and critically, he managed to establish a veneer of trust. He convinced Olorato to travel to Johannesburg, where he was based, for what she believed was an innocent lunch date. For Olorato, this was just the next step in getting to know someone new. For Makhanya and his accomplice, this was the final stage of a carefully constructed trap. On that fateful day in October 2025, Olorato was picked up from a complex in Athol, Johannesburg by a white VW Polo. This car, we would later learn, was using cloned number plates, the first undeniable sign that this was not a date, but a premeditated criminal operation. Chapter 2. The ambush and the discovery. What happened inside the car remains a terrifying question, but investigators believe Olorato was overpowered almost immediately. This was not about passion or a dispute. It was about robbery, kidnapping, and identity theft. The purpose of the date was simple: get the victim into an isolated space, drain her bank accounts, and steal her identity documents for the syndicate's wider criminal enterprises. Olorato's life was a disposable byproduct of their financial gain. Just hours after she was last seen alive, the horror unfolded. Olorato's body was discovered in the Lombardy West area, north of Johannesburg. The manner of her passing confirmed the savagery. She was found with multiple stab wounds. The scene immediately alerted police that this was no random opportunistic crime. This was carried out by highly organized criminals. Chapter 3. Unmasking the syndicate. The initial investigation led police quickly to the white VW Polo and eventually to the main suspect, Makhanya. But what they found when they tracked him down was chilling. It revealed the true scale of the operation. When police finally caught up to Makhanya, they didn't just find Olorato's stolen items, they found a chilling catalogue of his crimes, over 20 stolen cell phones, and most damningly, a safe containing 27 South African ID smart cards. This evidence proved that Olorato was just one of many victims. The syndicate was a sophisticated multi-province network operating a romance scam, targeting and robbing women across Gauteng, the Free State, Limpopo, and KZN. Makhanya and his partner were identity thieves, fraudsters, and organized criminals, taking the lives of their victims as a means to silence them and perpetuate the scam. These findings redefined the case to a national crime crisis. Part 4. The shootout and the manhunt. The discovery of the 27 ID cards gave police the proof they needed, but the evidence was useless unless they captured the man who held the keys to the entire operation, Philangenkosi Sibongokuhle Makhanya. Investigators successfully tracked Makhanya's digital footprints, following his trail all the way from the crime scenes in Gauteng to an apartment complex in Amanzimtoti, coastal town near Durban. The police unit knew they were dealing with a highly organized and desperate criminal. When the police announced their presence, Makhanya did not surrender. Instead, he made a calculated final move. He opened fire on the police officers. The ensuing battle was quick and decisive. Makhanya was fatally wounded, ending his reign of terror and bringing a brutal climax to the investigation. While the passing of the main suspect meant that one predator was stopped, the police discovered a dark twist. Makhanya's parents were briefly arrested for allegedly tipping him off, allowing him to evade capture initially, highlighting the disturbing lengths some people go to protect criminals. Furthermore, the syndicate was not fully dismantled. The hunt continues for Makhanya's key accomplice, Mongale Mtinkulu. He's a wanted man linked to the same long list of crimes and identity thefts. Mtinkulu's freedom means the syndicate's threat remains active, and justice for all 27 victims cannot be fully served until he is brought to trial. We must remember Olorato, Tshofatso, Uyinene, and countless others. Their names are a constant reminder that in South Africa, fighting gender-based violence isn't just a social cause, it is a fight for survival. Alright, that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, and hit the notification bell.